Hello everyone, I am Mr. EB-5 from EB-5 Gyan, Simply Clear. In today's video, we are going to simplify one of the most confusing, yet very important topics for EB-5 investors, the Visa Bulletin. If you are planning to invest in EB-5 or you have already invested, understanding the Visa Bulletin is critical because it directly affects when you and your family can actually receive your green card. So let's break it down, step by step, in a simple and practical way. What is the Visa Bulletin? The Visa Bulletin is a monthly update released by the US Department of State. You can think of it as an official chart that tells you which EB-5 investors are allowed to move forward in the immigration process based on their place in line. In simple terms, the Visa Bulletin answers one question: is it my turn yet for the EB-5 green card, or do I still have to wait? What is the priority date? Your priority date is usually the date when your I-526 or I-526E petition is filed with USCIS. This date becomes your position in the queue for an EB-5 visa. Think of the priority date as your token number. At a bank, everyone has a token, and the Visa Bulletin shows which token numbers are currently being served. The earlier your priority date, the closer you are to getting your green card. Because EB-5 has a yearly visa quota, and demand from some countries is very high. Not everyone can get a visa immediately. That is why a waiting line forms, especially for high-demand countries. What does current mean in the Visa Bulletin? In the Visa Bulletin, you will often see the word current or the letter seat. When your category shows as current, it means there is no waiting line for that category and country. A visa number is available immediately once your petition is approved. This is especially powerful for investors who are already inside the United States on a valid visa. For example, F1, H1B, L1, and others. When the Visa Bulletin is current for your EB-5 category and your country, you may be able to file multiple applications together. This is called concurrent filing. These applications usually include Adjustment of Status, also called AOS, your green card application, Employment Authorization Document, also called EAD, your work permit, Advance Parole, also called AP, while your green card is pending. With concurrent filing, while your green card is still in process, you may be able to work legally in the US using your EAD, travel internationally using Advance Parole, and stay in the US without fully depending on your existing visa status. However, if the Visa Bulletin is not current for your category and your country, you generally cannot file Adjustment of Status based on EB-5. And if you cannot file AOS, you also cannot apply for EAD and Advance Parole through the EB-5 route. In very simple terms, when the Visa Bulletin is current, you get flexibility and interim benefits. When it is not current, you have to wait before accessing these benefits. What is retrogression? Another important concept you must understand is retrogression. Retrogression happens when too many people are ahead in the line and the demand is higher than the available visa numbers. In such situations, instead of moving forward, the cutoff date in the Visa Bulletin actually moves backward. That means, even if you were close to the front of the line, the wait time can suddenly increase. This typically affects investors from high-demand countries. If you are from a country like India or China, it becomes even more important to track retrogression risk and plan your EB-5 strategy accordingly. Set aside categories and why they matter. Under the new EB-5 law, there are special set-aside categories that have separate visa allocations reserved every year. These include rural projects, high unemployment or TEA projects, and infrastructure projects. These set-aside categories currently have much better visa availability compared to the traditional, unreserved EB-5 category. For many investors from high-demand countries, choosing a qualifying set-aside project can significantly reduce the risk of long visa wait times and retrogression. That is why our simple advice is act early and whenever possible, file your EB-5 petition while your preferred category is still current. Final takeaway. In simple words, the Visa Bulletin is your timeline indicator for the EB-5 journey. It tells you where you stand in the line and how soon you and your family can move to the green card stage. Before making any EB-5 investment decision, you should always check the latest Visa Bulletin, understand your priority date, see whether your category is current or has a cutoff date, and discuss the impact of retrogression and set-asides with a qualified immigration professional. I am Mr. EB-5 from EB-5 Gyan, Simply Clear. Thank you for watching. I hope this video made the Visa Bulletin easier to understand. If you found this useful, please like, share, and subscribe to EB-5 Gyan for more simplified 85 insights. See you in the next video. Until then, stay informed and stay EB-5 ready.